Flips one, slips a second, able to get away for Sluka. Back underneath, far side, and a goal!
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow.
Pine City, Mora, Hinkley Finlayson, East Central, Braham, Rush City, Malacca, North Branch. Find out who's playing next at WCMPradio.com.
And welcome in everybody here on WCMP. Adam Hefty here, joined by Game Day Ethan Gilman here in Braham for a Great River Conference showdown between the visiting Rush City Tigers and the hometown Braham Bombers. Thank you, Ethan, for joining me here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. We were talking beforehand. There's a little bit of an energy in the air tonight. It might be a pretty darn good one here.
Yeah, we're not in the prediction business, but there does seem to be a sort of energy here in the hangar at Braham, as it is youth and senior night here for the Bombers. So honoring the seniors of this squad, Corey Olson, Jenna Burmaster, Sunny Lilly, Natalie Benson, and Addie White, and then also the youth of the volleyball program and the football program were able to join in on the run around the court. I don't know what that's called, but
yeah,
the pregame warm-ups, and then getting set up for the national anthem as well. So Rush City coming into this one 22-3 on the season. They are the class of the Great River Conference up atop that conference. Braham 12-13, started out slow, but a much better end to the season.
Yeah, they've been really getting better as the season has gone along. Their head coach, Emily Giffro, a lot of Braham Bombers might recognize that name. She's not too far removed from actually graduating from Braham High School, but she has really done a good job with this team early on in the season. Not the greatest start for this team, but a lot of coaches will tell you, we want to be playing our best ball come the end of the season into playoffs. And that's just what Braham is doing. They are really finding their rhythm. They've gotten into a groove here late in the season, and now they've got a test here at the end of it against Rush City. Rush City, like you mentioned, at the top of the conference along with Mille Lacs. So this is going to be a big test here tonight for Braham. You've got in their section, in Section 5A East, Swanville, who's at the top. Then you've got Mille Lacs and obviously PRB, Pine River Bacchus. So if you can stick with Rush City here tonight, I feel like that gives you a good measuring stick going into the playoffs to say, hey, here's who we're going to be facing in the playoffs. Now we know what we have to do to play up to that level.
Right, and when you look here towards the end of the season, conference championships really are worth, bragging rights at least, but really the most important part is the section standings.
Yeah.
Braham is fourth, as you said. Rush City is second in Section 7 AA, just behind ESCO.
Which is interesting because Rush City beat number 4 ranked North Branch out of Class 3A last week. So very interesting to see Rush City did not leapfrog ESCO in the standings. I was interested to see those standings after that, but hey, sometimes that's just how it works.
Jenna Burmaster will start out with the serve for the Bombers. One of those seniors, that serve is over to the far side, setting it up behind her to T-Lander, and then a kill opportunity by Morgan Rysdam is true, and Braham will strike first.
Well, Rush City got off here to a little bit of a bad start, and Morgan Rysdam made them pay for it. Braham did a really good job of setting up Rysdam early with that kill opportunity.
Burmaster's serve goes a little wide, so we are all knotted up at one apiece. Yeah, and the last point by Braham, Rush City seemed a little out of sorts. I can only imagine they're going to come back here on this next point ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
So back to serve will be Natalie Rude. That'll be sent over. Lily is there to receive it. Burmaster to the middle of the floor, and Rysdam into the back corner. Trying for it. Got it.
And a lot of times, a lot of people will expect that big swing, the big kill. But a lot of times it's just about being accurate with where you're placing the ball, and that's just what she did there on that point, placing it in that back pocket to get the point.
Bridget Golly's serve will go into the net, so back and forth we go here in the early going.
Yeah, one of the things that when you're playing against Rush City that you can't have too many of is mistakes. Rush City tends to capitalize on those mistakes and get on a run. So if you're Braham tonight, can't have too many of those. But again, it's early on. These two teams knows what's at stake, especially late in the season.
Right. T-Lander's serve was sent over. Now a kill opportunity by Neeson. Braham was ready for it, though. Lily trying for one of her own. Got that baseline.
That's a really good hit there. Over the block, into the back line. There was nobody home for Rush City. That's about as good as it gets. And she didn't even get her full swing behind that one.
The front row hitters have done a really good job for the Bombers here in the early going between Lily and Rysdam. And that serve will be sent long by the aforementioned Rysdam, so tied up at 3.
And very interesting here early on. Neither team can seemingly get out of their own way right now. We've seen mistakes by both sides, and I think at this point in this first set anyways, I think it'll be whoever gets out of their own way first.
Lily T-Lander's serve will be sent over. Now Benson trying for that back row, a little bit too wide. So Rush City takes their first lead of the night, 4-3.
Yeah, again, long hit, serves into the nets. It's been, again, both teams just haven't been able to kind of get out of their own way right now.
First team to settle down will be at an advantage.
I definitely agree. Ooh.
That serve will be into the net by T-Lander. Thought about trickling over, but will fall on the Tigers' side.
I don't know how many times I've seen serves like those hit the net and then crawl their way over. It's like they've got arms and legs and they get their way over. It's like, really? How did that get over?
Really puts the defense at a disadvantage as well because they're really not set up for it. The serve by Lauren Lenez will be sent over. Now a kill opportunity by Autumn Stream. Got a good vertical on that.
We talk about some of the best hitters in this conference. We've got 2 of them here tonight, one on each side. But you've got Autumn Stream, who, if you remember Lydia Bankson from last year for Rush City, that's where Stream has stepped into. She has stepped into those shoes of Lydia Bankson and has really become one of the best power hitters. Now we see a mistake here by Braham.
An ace there by Clara Neeson. But yeah, talking more about Autumn Stream, if you're able to get high enough to get above the netting and you're able to hit down, that gives you a big weapon.
It really does, and she kind of learned that from Lydia Bankson, who did that for about 3 years for Rush City, now playing up at Bemidji State University some volleyball. So they are really doing a good job of kind of rotating that talent in and out each and every year.
It's all about building a program. So Neeson's serve was another ace, but this one is going to go long.
And Morgan Rysdam said that time, you know what, I know this one's out, so I'm letting it go. It's for sure out. And I got to imagine that's really hard for players, too. The last few have been in, you're watching it, and you're like, oh, this one's going to be close. And then you get that in-between. And that's what you can't have in this game, is that in-between. Rysdam did a good job making the decision, sticking to it, and knowing that it was going long.
Lily's serve was a good one, but down to get it was Gar. And a kill there by Autumn Stream
again. And again, you mentioned it, able to get over the net and get that swing on it. It's just so hard to combat. And you've got Stream and then Rysdam, who are probably 2 of the best power hitters in the Great River Conference and in their respective classes as well.
McKenna Gar's serve is over. Now Burmaster will try for the kill, but it was blocked at the net. Golly will try, and that'll go into the net. And Rush City is opening up a bit of a lead, 9-5.
Yeah, Golly just couldn't get that one. I was seeing what she wanted to do. She wanted to take a little bit off and just get it over that front line of Rush City, but just took a little too much off.
Gar's next serve is over, but that's too strong. Rysdam thought about it, but thought better of it. But you talk about that decision-making skills, and Rysdam's been doing a good job so far here tonight, and just a sophomore, so she's still learning. That serve by Benson will go long.
Yeah, and both of these teams have a good mix. Rush City a little bit younger than Braham. Braham has a few more veteran players on their roster, but again, both teams have done a really good job of taking the talent they have, expanding that talent with who they have and where, and really making the most of it. And again, they know the younger talent is what's coming up next. So these two squads do a really good job of developing that talent, and early on too.
Dueling service errors will give the serve back to Braham, down 10-7, and Burmaster will be back to serve. T-Lander was there, and then tapping it over was number 10, Kendra Heinz, and a kill opportunity by Golly. Will hit the rafters, and Benson will send it over into the netting, and it'll hit the median area. Who knew what was going on that?
Yeah,
those kind of points are really hard on play-by-play announcers.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody feel bad for us.
You're right, yes.
Natalie Rude back to serve. That'll go into the net.
And again, still early on here, closing in on that midway part of this set. neither team really feels comfortable yet. It seems like both these teams still trying to find a little bit of a rhythm out here in this first set. Very, very uncharacteristic of both of these teams.
Yeah, especially an undefeated in the conference, Rush City. And that's going to go long.
Wow. Yep.
And that's going to be a Rush City point. So we're just trading points here. Rush City still has the 4-point lead, 12-8. But still neither team has really found themselves like you were talking about.
Yeah, not yet. Braham had a good block there, just couldn't get it in on the other side, but a good block. But both teams, they have shown some good things, but again, just not locked in, if you will.
Rysdam's kill opportunity goes wide, so the lead is now 5. And Abigail Thielander will be back to serve once again. 5'10 sophomore. That'll be sent over. Corey Olson goes down to get it. Burmaster sets it up for Lily, trying for the kill. They're saying no Tiger touched it. So 4 hits.
Those are another one that are hard to call as an announcer.
Yeah.
You just never know. Was it touched? Wasn't it? Did it hit the net? You don't know. But
that's why we make it up as we go.
Exactly.
Thielander once again back to serve. Benson down to get it. Olson now over to Benson. She'll just send it over on the 3rd hit. Heinz was there. Now a kill opportunity by Neeson. Braham was ready for it. Burmaster to Lily. Lily trying for the kill. Got it.
She got that one. That one actually clipped a part of the top of the net, wound up getting over. Sometimes those are the hardest ones for the defenders to get because it hits the net. You're thinking it's going to go one way, it ricochets the other, and then there's just no chance. That was a good kill, though, by Sunny Lily.
Morgan Rysdam back to serve for the Bombers. That'll be too strong.
And then with some of these power hitters, that's what you notice sometimes early on in their careers or sometimes in a match, is sometimes they'll give it a little too much, and they've got to reel in kind of that accuracy part of it and know when to lay off, when to give that full power. Sometimes that's what you notice with some of these big power hitters.
It's almost like a flamethrower on the mound that can't control it quite yet, but once they do get the control, look out.
Exactly. Now, I think Braham thought they got that point, but they're saying that one was out, not touched by Rush City. So Braham a little bit disappointed there. I thought by chance it was touched out by Rush City because of the way the ball went, but was not.
An ace by Ellie Thielander will open up the lead to 8, 17-9 here in the first set.
That's one thing that Rush City is so good at, is getting aces. Last year they did a really good job. The year before they did a really good job. And this year again they're doing a really good job. I don't know if it's taught. I just don't know if they know what to do and where to put the ball at what times. But, man, this Rush City team's so good at finding aces.
Sunny Lily got a kill on that one and cuts the lead to 17-10. Lauren Lena is back in for the Bombers, giving Addie White a rest.
And I know a lot of teams rotate a lot, but for teams that are young, that have very young talent, for them to be able to rotate the way they do is awesome as we have a chance to get the ball.
Teamwork.
We saved it.
So 18-10 is now the score. The kill by Autumn Stream. And that serve will be sent over. It'll catch Corey Olson unprepared, making the score 19-10. Timeout called by Coach Emily Giffro. We'll do the same. We'll be back here on WCMP after word from some of our sponsors.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Kettle River Pizza loves supporting all the local teams. And if your team is interested in fundraising, well, they've got you covered. Kettle River Pizza has years of experience in fundraising for local teams, organizations, and clubs, and they would like to help you too. With their experience and the fact that Kettle River Pizza is an easy sell, your fundraiser is bound to be a great success. Visit Kettle River Pizza online and click on their fundraising tab. Kettle River Pizza, a winner every time. Grab a few at your local convenience or grocery store for after the game.
Welcome back here on WCMP. Adam Hefty and Ethan Gilman here in Braham as Clara Neeson will be back to serve for the Tigers. Rush City up 19-10. Burmaster will go down to get it. Lenez back to Burmaster to the middle of the floor. That was Gar there to get down to get it, and she'll try for the kill and got it.
Yeah, McKenna Gar is kind of sneaky with her power. She doesn't show it a ton because she just kind of does everything really, really well. But when she unleashes that power, it comes at you quick. And, again, it's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, she is very versatile, and that a lot of these Tigers are. Lenez will set it up for Benson. Benson taking a little bit off of it, blocked at the net by Gar and Stream. Now Burmaster trying to go onto the Tiger side. It was blocked at the net, but Braham was able to send it over, and a kill there by Rush City, as this ball really wants to hang out with us.
It did pregame, and it still does during the game. But, yeah, really good job there by both sides on that one. That was really good play. You've seen a couple blocks at the net there by by Rush City, and Braham did a really good job keeping up with that ball even after it was blocked. That's hard to do.
Benson tried for the kill. It was blocked at the net. Burmaster to the middle of the floor. T-Lander was there. Now Stream, it takes a little bit off of it, and Braham unable to get there in time. So a little change up there by Autumn Stream.
That's a really good play by Autumn Stream. That's a really good veteran play by the senior Autumn Stream. She knew she didn't need to do too much, just laid it over because there was no one right in that front line where she put that ball.
Neeson's serve is over. Olsen is there. Lenez behind her to Lily. Lily to the middle of the floor. Back to Neeson. Now a kill opportunity by Stream. Got it. And that is just so hard to defend.
Yeah, when you're able to square it up like Stream just did right there, and again, she's one of the more powerful hitters in the conference and their section. So when she's able to square it up like that and get a big leap on it like she did, it's just so tough to stop.
Burmaster sends it over for the Bombers with Rude setting it up for Stream. Got the corner.
And again, obviously not her full power on that one, but what she also does really well is placement. She really places the ball perfectly almost every single time, and she doesn't have to get the full power on it, because if you're placing it in the right spots, you don't always have to get that full hit on it.
Neeson will serve it. Lenez sets it up for Lily. Lily blocked at the net, but she's able to get there in time. Now Gar trying for the kill. Lily was there, and Stream with the kill, and that'll do it for set number 1, 25-10. As this was close in the early going, but Rush City ran away with it towards the end. So Rush City wins the first set, 25-10. We'll be back with your second set here on WCMP afterwards from some of our sponsors.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ash Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Can I have your attention, please? There is a huge bird and animal auction Saturday the 19th in Mora. Pigeons, chickens, ducks, feeder pigs, geese, pheasants, goats, turkeys, and much more. Saturday, October 19th, 9 miles north of Mora on Highway 65. The action starts at 9:30 a.m. sharp. Get animal photos and more info at Chelsea Brook Farm Auction Company on Facebook or call David Anderson at 320-364-0847. The huge bird and animal auction, 9 miles north of Mora, Highway 65.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Joe and the gang at Roddy Motors have your next pre-owned vehicle. Vehicles of all makes and models, and vehicles priced to move. Roddy Motors in Mora can also get you financed on site. Or, if you've got a vehicle to sell, Roddy offers consignment too. Yep, they'll help you sell your quality pre-owned vehicle. The two-time winner of the Reader's Choice Best Dealer in Kanabec County. That's what you call a repeat champ. When you need a quality vehicle, make your way to Roddy Motors in Mora or roddymotors.com. RODDY Motors.com. And we're back here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, getting ready for set number 2. It will be the Tigers starting with the serve here in the second. It was as we mentioned before, close at the beginning of the first set, then Rush City just kind of pulled away. And like we mentioned, it was kind of who got comfortable first, and that was definitely the Tigers.
Absolutely. Rush City was able to really get their power hitters involved.
We see Addie White will start with the dig and then hit over here by Golly, dug up by the Tigers. And now Abby Thielander with a chance. A nice diving dig there by the Bombers. They get it back across the net. Tigers have a chance at it again. Abby Thielander, but this one's dug up nicely by Benzen. Sent over on the near side here for Golly, and it's into the net. So the Tigers will get the first point.
I do want to shout out Natalie Benzen on that point, though. She had a couple of big hits there to keep the ball in play for the Bombers.
Yeah, she really did. It is a lot harder than it looks, and sometimes it's until you play it, you don't really realize how tough it is. As this serve from Natalie Root is going to be out, so it will be another point that we see go the other way here early on, and we're tied at 1 apiece.
I thought that was going to fly out of bounds, but it's just barely went past that baseline.
It took a dive at the end there as Burmaster will send this one over, dug up by Gar to Rude, and it's Heinz who will get this one across. I think we're going to get a double hit here on the Tigers. We will. So the Bombers will take the lead 2-1.
So Braham up 2-1 now. We'll see if they can play off of this and use this going through the second game.
Now, a lot of times it's can you capitalize on the mistake? We'll see here as Burmaster with the serve, dug up by the Tigers on the far side, and that is into the net by Abby Thielander. So Braham gets another point back, 3-1. And sometimes it's not about you making the play. It's getting the other team to make a mistake, and that's what Braham did there as Burmaster's serve is over once again, dug up by the Tigers. Gar is not going to get enough on that one either, and it's going to be 4-1 Bombers.
Here in the early going in the second set, Rush City is really kind of out of sorts, sort of like they were in that first set.
Yeah, not at all characteristic of the Tigers as another serve is over. Gar with the dig, and running up on it is Neeson. That one's going to go long. It's a 5-1 lead. Braham on top of Rush City. And again, Braham has not had to do much here other than watch Rush City make these few mistakes, and they're up 5-1. Rude will get the set, and it's hit over by Gar. Benzen this time will send this one back and out of play. Tried to make that diving, twisting play, but unfortunately this time it will go the way of the Tigers.
Athletic move by Clara Neeson to get that ball over.
Thielander will now serve for the Tigers. 5-2, they trail. The serve is over, dug up by the Bombers, and Gar will get this one back across. Benzen, another diving dig. It gets set into the net there by the Bombers, and it's so tough once you get it into the net to get a ricochet.
Absolutely. A little miscommunication on the Bomber side, and there's that mistake that Braham was able to take advantage of when Rush City was doing it.
As we see T-Lander serve go into the net, I was just about to say this is where Rush City usually capitalizes when they get a point and then make a mistake on the other side, but not there as it's now 6-3. Braham leads. Now back to serve is Bridget Gawley. Her serve is over, dug up by Stream, and Natalie Rude cannot get to it on the other side. It's going to be another point. I believe that is still an ace. It will be for Bridget Gawley to make it 7-3. Gawley with the serve. Oh, it hits the net, crawls its way over. Gar still there with the dig. Rude set up for Clara Neeson. Blocked at the net by Morgan Rysdam. And Rysdam sends it back across. And then we'll get a timeout here by Rush City. They're out of sorts. Braham knows they can smell blood in the water a little bit. We'll take a quick break back here on WCMP.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
They just don't want us to get through our ads. That's all. As both teams come back out early out of that timeout. Both teams eager to get back to this one. This second set has been intriguing so far. Braham has an 8-3 lead over Rush City right now, and
sometimes as a coach you don't need a lecture. You just want to say, clean it up.
Yes, exactly. Rude somehow gets this one back over the net. It's smashed back over the net. Ooh. And did that one go out? It did. My goodness, that was a little too close for comfort, but Braham is still going to get the point. Man, that was close.
Addie White with a terrific kill there, catching Rush City off balance.
It will still be Bridget Gawley serving. I think Eric T-Lander wants to argue that point because that was close. I can't say much on it because I didn't get a clean look at it, but he wants to argue the point. I think he has a valid argument. I just don't know if there's any way to overturn this because, again, it was close. It was right close to that white line. As we still, T-Lander, the referees conversate between them. He's got the explanation from the referees, and we're set to serve. Gawley with the serve. This one's going to go long, so it's going to be 9-4. Now, 9-4, a lot of teams would get comfortable here and maybe start to get in the rhythm, but I think if you're playing against Rush City, you really can't do that.
Can't ever get comfortable.
Ellie T-Lander, the Rush City libero, will serve. It is over, and this one is long. Nice, good awareness by Natalie Benzen, letting that one go. Another mistake here is now Ava Kunke will check into the game for the Bombers, in for Morgan Rysdam, and she will go back to serve. 10-4 serve is over. Gar with the dig to Rude. On the far side for Stream, who hits it into the net, and a rare mistake by her, and it's 11-4. Braham.
Stream really wound back for that one.
I almost think it was, probably should have been Gar who got that one because Gar looked like she was set up in a better spot. But either way, Stream will now look for this one, and that one's going to be in, so she'll get one back here. It's 11-5, but at this point, Rush City's just been getting one and then mistake, and then Braham has been getting a few their way. We'll see if Rush City can't break that stride here, but for Braham, they've been doing pretty good here early on in this set. 11-5 they lead. They're trailing 1-0 against the conference leader, Rush City, as it is Clara Neeson set to serve. A nice sliding dig by Corey Olson. And now getting this one across the net is White. A diving dig from Ellie T-Lander. Rude sets it back up across the way. Gar looking for the kill, but a nice dig there by Rysdam. Now Sunny Lily will look for the kill. Ellie T-Lander there. Rude sets, pushes it to Gar. Gar off the net. Diving dig here by Rysdam. Sunny Lily again. Another dig here by Abby T-Lander, and Gar mistimed the jump, but it works out anyways. It hit the net, got its way over. Nobody home for Braham, 11-6.
Rush City can really make a point that would have construed other teams and get it into play.
They really can. And again, they have such young talent, but they're able, both sides have such mixed talent, young and veteran, and it's so fun to see them mesh. And Stream comes back with another one there, slams that one home to make it 11-6. 2-7, and all of a sudden, I think if you're Braham here, you're going to be thinking to yourselves, we need to make a play. So all of a sudden, it looks like the Tigers have found a little bit of something working for them.
Right, you don't want to make Rush City comfortable. That's the thing.
Clara Neeson will serve. It is up and it is over. Lily with the dig. It was tapped at the net by both teams, but then Braham tried to get it across. They'll hit it out of play, and it will be Tigers point, 11-8 now. That one was close, but Tigers will benefit off the touch at the net, and Neeson will serve once again. It's up and over. Dig there by Olsen on the near side. Now to the far side, hit across by Burmaster. Dug up on the back line. Autumn Stream will just tap this one over. Rysdam is there for the dig. Now looking for the kill. Benson will get the kill. Gonna make it 12-8 Braham.
Big play there by the Bombers, especially Benson. Benson has had a good night so far.
She really has. She's been making some plays. Whether she's trying to make a kill or make a dig, she's done a good job as Lauren Lenez will go back to serve. It's over, dug up by Gar. Front of the net, Rude sets, and Autumn Stream, but it's blocked at the net, setting up for an easy dig for Rysdam. Now on the other side, blocked at the net, but it falls on the Tigers' side. 13-8 Braham.
So now a couple points in a row for Braham, stemming the tide from Rush City. And Rush City won the first set 25-10.
Gar with the dig off the Lenez serve. Rude can't get there in time, and that's the danger you run when you have one specific person who is your setter, is you run the danger of that person just simply not being able to get there, much like Rude was that time. It's 14-8. Rude now will set it, and Autumn Stream, oh my goodness. I don't think anyone knew where that was going. I certainly thought it was going the other way, but she does such a good job of making it look like it's going one way and completely hitting it the opposite way. Autumn Stream, another
I'll be honest, I don't even know if she knew where it was going because it hit off the side of her hand, but the power that she gets from it, it doesn't matter because it finds a spot.
Gar with an ace here. Diving dig by Rysdam is not enough. It pushes it into the bleachers. It's 14-10. Another ace for the Tigers. It's about their fourth or fifth on the evening as Gar will go back to serve. Another one, and that one is in. Oh, and upset with herself, Rysdam on that one. She knows that one was there, and that's a case of, again, where it's so close, you just you have to make that decision. Unfortunately, that one, not the correct one that time. Gar will serve again. This time they'll go the other way. It's dug up by the Bombers, and now have to get this one over as Burmaster. She does. Ellie T-Lander with the dig to Rude, and Stream will just tap this one over. Nice job to get the dig by Corey Olsen, but it goes into the net, and it will be another point for Rush City. 14-12 all of a sudden. Well, there's a timeout for Braham, and I think rightfully so. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Some things you just have to chalk up to good genetics. It's genetics that give cattle a competitive edge, and it's Case IH equipment that helps you get the most out of your livestock operation. Case IH has a bloodline with generations of innovation, and whether you're driving a Farmall, Maxim, or Puma, Case IH tractors get the job done. Stop by your local dealer and discover the full range of Case IH tractors and hay tools.
See Baraboo Implement in Rice Lake and St. Croix Falls.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Gar serve is over, dug up by Burmaster. They're going to set it up for Burmaster to look for the kill. It is in, and that proves to be a good timeout there by the Bombers as the scoreboard is down, so it is going to be 15-12. There we go. They got it back up. 15-12. It should be the score. There we go. We got it fixed. They got it all figured out. So it's 15-12, and I was about to say, you know, the timeout like that, it's so tough to decide when to call a timeout when a team is rallying from behind like the Tigers just did. But it seemed to be the perfect call there by Braham as they got the point back, but a serve error here by Sunny Lily goes out, make it 15-13. But that seemed to be a perfectly called timeout.
Mackenzie Golly now in for the Bombers, twin sister of Bridget.
Autumn Stream will serve into the net. Back-to-back serve errors here. 16-13 Braham. And again, still a set in where Rush City has made more mistakes than really Braham has scored. It's very interesting, even though Braham has played really well in this set. As the serve is over, dug up, and Braham will now look for the kill. Blocked at the net. Gar somehow keeps alive. Rude, and Abby Thielander somehow gets it across. Nice dig, though, by Braham to keep it alive for themselves. And Burmaster will get it in.
That is a confidence boost for the Bombers as they took the best of what Rush City could give them, and they sent it right back at them. So
that was a beautifully hit ball by Burmaster as Benson will serve. Dug up by Stream, Rude, and on the far side, Thielander can't get it over. It's 18-13, and now Braham starting to pull away here late in this one. And I think if you're a Rush City fan, you're going, what is happening? But here we go. Serve is over. Stream will let that one go. It goes long. That was close to Stream. Now, I've always wondered, and maybe you know, does the hair count as part of you? If it goes out, it touches your hair?
I think so.
Because
I think so.
There have been times where I swear I see the hair touch the ball, and it's like, I think that should be in. Serve is over now by the Tigers. It's dug up by Lily. That's going to get back over. Pushed over, though, by Braham instead. And now it will be Clara Neeson looking for the kill. Dug up by two Bombers. And unfortunately there between Benson and Lauren Lenez, it was right between them both, and neither of them. I think it was a case of they both thought they touched it on the dig, and neither could decide, hey, who's supposed to get it there. That's one where you can't blame either of them because that was just so tough. Rude will now serve for the Tigers, 18-15. It is just going to get over the net. Nice dig, though, by Benson. And Burmaster will just push it across. Dug up by Heinz and Neeson. Ooh, somebody got into the net for Braham. It was not called. And Thielander upset with it. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a missed call. Braham got into the net. Pretty big, too, but it was missed. And Braham going to make it a 4-point lead late, 19-15.
So Braham trying to get the second set.
Burmaster's serve is over, dug up by Stream to Rude. Heinz into the net, 20-15. Thielander going to talk it over with his team real quick. Steps back to the bench area as Burmaster will serve again, 20-15. Braham. Serve is long, so the Tigers will get one back. You know, for the Tigers, they've done okay with getting back a few points at a time, but then they'll make a mistake, and it has just been Braham who has been capitalizing on those mistakes here in this second set, as serving it is Thielander, dug up by the Bombers. Sunny Lily will look to get it across, and that one's into the net, 20-17, and a rare mistake here in the second set by Braham.
Yeah, and it's making it close, but Braham has taken every punch that Rush City could give him here in the second set and holds on to a 3-point lead.
Abby Thielander with the serve, nicely dug up there by Benson. They'll set it up at the net. A dig, though, by the Tigers. Rude does somehow get it off the net. It gets over by Heinz. Good job there. Mackenzie Golly will get the dig, and then she hits it into the net to make it 20-18.
Really good concentration by the Tigers there to keep the ball in play after it hit the net.
So we talked about Braham, how they haven't made too many mistakes, but back-to-back here, as now Thielander serve just does get over the net. Sunny Lily with a nice concentration there to get the dig. This one's hit over. Stream with the dig to Rude, and hit over by Gar. Dug up by Benson, and Sunny Lily will look to get this one over into the net again. That is 3 in a row. Braham has hit into the net. It's 20-19 now, and this has a feeling of if you let Rush City tie this might just swing their way.
Right, and it looks like that right now. The momentum is shifting towards Rush City now.
Ooh, but that will help Braham serve into the net, so that could just possibly kill the momentum Rush City had. 21-19 late in this set. It could still go either way as Mackenzie Golly will serve. It is up and it is over. Dug up by Stream to Rude, and that is Neeson with the kill, but is dug up by Benson. Sunny Lily will tap it across. Gar with the dig to Rude. On the far side, Gar now wants it. It's hit off the net, but gets over onto the Braham side. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
it's that power by Rush City on the front line that had it trickle over and fall on the Bomber side.
21-20, Braham still leads, but now it's Ellie Thielander getting set to serve for the Tigers. The serve is over, dug up by Olsen. And now it's Rysdam looking for the kill. Off the block at the net, it goes out of bounds, 22-20. It's very hard to get a block on that when she hits it so hard. It will be Ava Kunke going in to serve.
She's been coming in the past couple games.
Serve is over, dug up by Abby Thielander to Rude. Gar now looking for the kill off the block at the net. Ava Kunke gets the dig, and it's to us. We got it.
Got it.
Do we get the point on that one? It's going to be 22-21. Braham still with the lead. And now back to serve for the Tigers is Clara Neeson. Here's the whistle for the OK. And the Neeson serve. She took a little extra breath on that one. I think she knows that there have been too many serves into the net, so she's taking a little extra time on that one as the Tiger, they hit it into the net again. Abby Thielander, 23-21. A very uncommon set here for the Tigers. A lot of mistakes, and Braham again capitalizing off it. They lead 23-21. Lauren Lena is back to serve. We'll get a timeout here by Rush City, no doubt, and we'll be back after a quick word from our fine sponsors.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Hones Auto Body and Glass has 43 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. Hones, they'll fix you up right.
Hey there, Matt Winsan, CEO of Burnett Dairy Cooperatives. Everybody knows that there are great places to play in northwest Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work too? At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we employ our local communities within 5 counties from our Grantsburg location. We offer competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and great benefits, and you will have the opportunity to grow within our herd. Lots of opportunities to grow. Come be a part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com, click on the Careers tab.
Lauren Lena is to serve out of the timeout called by the Tigers. They have none left here in this second set. Ram trying to finish it off. They need 2 more points in this set. Serve is over. Gar with the dig to Rude. And Autumn Stream. And again, we talk about the power here in this game. Stream shows it off for the Tigers.
It's so hard to block it. You never know where the ball is going to go. It's coming at you so fast and so hard.
Gar will be back to serve now for the Tigers. Now, can the Tigers escape kind of what they've been doing? And, there they get it. And ace as Morgan Rysdam. That one, again, just a great serve by Gar. Rysdam is there, but it just took a nosedive so quickly. There was no chance for Rysdam to get to it.
Right, and it's like a sinker.
Yeah. So Gar will serve again. They're going to go after Rysdam, but she gets the dig this time. And, this one's off the mark, but somehow the Braham Bombers get it back across the net. It'll be dug up, and Abby Thielander will get the kill for the Tigers. And this one has quickly swung into the Tigers' favor, 24-23. And that's about how quickly it can go if you're playing the Tigers.
Rush City is just so good that they can turn matches and games on a dime.
So Gar will now look to finish it off for Rush City, 24-23 in their favor. Rysdam this time with the clean dig. It hits the rafters, and Corey Olsen can't get to it. There is no blame on Olsen on that one because that hit the rafter and came down quickly. So unfortunately there, that one really felt like it should have gone maybe an extra point or two, but because it hit the rafter, it came down quicker than Olsen was expecting, and there's no blame to be put there on her.
We don't play in giant stadiums here in the Great River Conference. We're just in regular gymnasiums, so sometimes that does happen, and it's unfortunate, but it's sort of like those turnovers. They sort of even out.
Yeah.
Or bad calls. Those things kind of even themselves out.
They really do, and in this one, that second set, Braham, we can talk about the Rush City mistakes all we want because Rush City did make their fair share. but Braham did a good job to capitalize on those mistakes. Even though Tigers, you could say all you want, Rush City made a mistake, this mistake. Braham did a good job to score and capitalize off of those mistakes.
I think both squads look good coming out of the second set. Braham, like you said, they were able to take advantage of the mistakes that Rush City had and get some points out of it and almost stole the second set. But if you're looking from the Rush City side, they look good because they were able to overcome that and get cleaner towards the end of the set and come away with the win on that one set, on the second set, to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it is the resiliency by both squads that we've seen here in this second set. I can't wait for the third set because, well, if it was anything like the second, we could be in for a phenomenal third set. And I don't know, maybe we see an extra set here tonight. Maybe we see 4, maybe we see 5. I don't know. I think there's a chance, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll take a word from our fine sponsors first, and then we'll come back. You're listening to Volleyball 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
I can tell you how much fun we had at Nature Ventures in Mora, but why don't I let them tell you?
I love the giant hay structures. Oh, the corn pit is fun. I love the hay rides. And all the animals. Pumpkins. How about you, Grandma?
I like watching you kids play in nature.
The pumpkin patch with so much more. Nature Ventures, getting families together in nature. Just 5 miles southeast of Mora. Open Fridays noon to 6, Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 6, and open Thursday on MEA weekend.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got savings like Jack's Pizza, 3 for $12, Red Bull 12 ounce, buy 2, get 1 free, Johnsonville Brats and Dogs, 2 for $4, any size fountain drink up to XL, 79 cents all day. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Welcome back here on WCMP. Adam Hefty and Ethan Gilman here in Braham as Rush City holds a 2-0 lead over the Braham Bombers. Rush City winning the first set 25-10, but sneaking past Braham in the second set 25-23. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in this third set. Braham has been better as matches have gone on throughout the season, so we'll see if that continues tonight.
And sneaking past was really the right way to put it because it felt like Braham should have won that set. But, again, Rush City just does a really good job of, no matter how far they're behind late in the set, it really doesn't matter because they are so cool, calm, and collected, and this team knows that it takes 1 point at a time. And I think we see a lot of teams where they're down by, 5+ points, and they think we got to get it all back at once. It's the teams who can stay calm and collected and know, hey, 1 point at a time, let's get back, and that's what Rush City was able to do. I'll be interested to see how Braham starts this set because I think whoever can start this one quicker might just pull away.
Burmaster with the serve for the Bombers. Rush City able to return it. Mackenzie Golly to the back row in stream. Now cross-court pass going to Abby Thielander, and that's going to be a kill from Thielander, giving Rush City 1-0 lead to start the third set.
That'll be Rush City scoring first. A good kill there for Thielander, but I want to see what happens here in these following points. Who's going to come back? The mistakes. We've seen a lot of mistakes here tonight. Very uncharacteristic for both of these squads. So I want to see what happens here in these next few points.
Rude with the serve. White will send it over for the Bombers. Now a kill opportunity from Neeson. Benson to Golly. Mackenzie Golly is blocked at the net, but Rysdam was there. Johnny on the spot. Gar. And then setting it up for Thielander, trying for the kill.
Ow.
Got the baseline.
And Abby Thielander, only a sophomore, played a ton last year as a freshman. Her sister, Ellie Thielander, only an 8th grader. Those two do a really good job. And again, Abby Thielander plays well above her grade. I mean, she's only a sophomore, but she looks like a junior senior out there a lot of times.
Rude once again back to serve. And that got the baseline.
I don't know how many times we saw these serves that look like they're going to absolutely fly out of the field of play, and they wind up just taking that nosedive right at the end. But that's a sign of a good server. I mean, that is a really good serve by Rude, and another ace for the Tigers.
So Rude again, back to serve. Jump serve is over. Once again, takes a deep dive, and it will fall out of bounds, and Rush City will have a 4-0 lead, and Corey Olson will come in for Sunny Lilly.
Another ace there. But I appreciate the hustle there by Rysdam. She went around the pole on the net that holds it up just to try and get that one. I can appreciate that. And another one.
This one kind of snuck around that barber pole and landed on the near side.
Wow. That's a really good serve by Rude. Not a lot of players can do that.
Well, that's not where your defense is.
No, it really isn't. And that's one where, as a coach, you might say, hey, let's stay away from the antenna. But that's a really good serve.
Burmaster will set it up for Rysdam into the back row. Rude is there. Gar, cross-court pass to Thielander. Down to get it was Burmaster, and it's going to be blocked at the net and fall on the Bomber side, and Rush City up to a quick 6-0 lead.
Abby Thielander, really good job. 2 blocks there on that one. She got the final block to get the point, and this is what Rush City does really well, is in these third sets, they do a really good job of being the strong team and pulling away, getting up early.
Benson will dig out the serve. Kill opportunity from Rysdam will go into the net. And Rush City up a touchdown, 7-0.
That's unfortunate for Rysdam. That was going to be a momentum-shifting hit, but unfortunately just didn't get enough lift underneath it and hits it into the net. That would have been one where we're talking about later in this set. Wow, we're glad that Rysdam got that hit because that's a momentum shifter.
Right. Rude, once again, back to serve. And that's going to go too strong. And Braham is on in the scoring column.
Now, what can Braham do here after seeing that scoring run by Rush City? I'll be interested to see because a lot of times that can take a lot out of a team, seeing a team go on a 7-0 run to begin a set.
There's a lot of set left. And a kill opportunity from Thielander. Benson is there. Rysdam just taps it over. Rude behind her to Neeson. Digging it out is Benson. Rysdam will send it to the back row. Stream is there. Rude will send it over. Benson. Burmaster will pass it to Lilly. Lilly into the middle of the floor. Down to get it is Rude. And a kill opportunity from Neeson off the side of her hand, but it'll go on the Bomber side. Rysdam once again will send it to the back row. Rude setting it up for that was Heinz. And Rysdam unable to get there. Too much arc on it. And it'll be a point for the Tigers.
That's, again, a situation where it gets into the net, and it's so hard to get it off the net because it is such a tough angle.
Right.
You don't want to hit the net, but you want to make sure you get enough on it to get it over. It is so hard. I never blame players when it's like that because there's almost no way to get it over.
T-Lander will serve it. Lily trying for the corner, does not get it. Then Rush City up 9-1.
I think that one actually hit the net. I thought it had hit a fingertip on Rush City side, but I think it hit the net and sent it out of bounds, unfortunately. So, again, just a missed opportunity there for Braham.
T-Lander again with the serve. Olsen.
Oh, no.
Will get it to Benson, and she's able to get it over off the rafters. Rude, cross-court pass to Gar, and she'll hit it into the net, making the score 9-2.
I think Gar on that one just didn't get the jump that she was. So I think she was a little off balance on her jump. That's why that one went into the net. But we've got a new player in for Braham here tonight.
Yeah, Olivia Key is in for the Bombers, sophomore. And that'll be sent over. Stream is there. Rude cross-court pass to Gar. Gar blocked at the net.
That hit.
And it'll fall on the Bomber side. But they're going to say it hit the Barber pole.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching that one, and it certainly did. We've got some good flaggers out here keeping an eye on it. That certainly did. It was close to hitting, but it certainly did hit that antenna, and that is rightfully Braham's point.
Key serves it over. And a kill there by Clara Neeson. Not of the violent variety.
That's a tough dig for Burmaster.
Effective nonetheless.
Yeah, it certainly was, but Burmaster, that was a tough one because it looked like it was coming over a lot harder, and that's what she was expecting, but then it came over a lot softer, and when you're already there in motion to get it and it comes over a lot softer than what you were expecting, it's hard to reset in the middle of a motion.
Ellie T-Lander served it, but it ends with a kill from Sunny Lilly, and Lauren Lennes will be back to serve for the Bombers. Now, if you're Braham, you're down 6. You do not need to get all 6 points here.
Exactly.
Right now, there's a lot of set left. So just don't try to do too much, as the serve will be dug out by T-Lander. Kill opportunity was not successful as Braham was able to suss it out. Ellie T-Lander to Rude. Behind her to Neeson. Olsen is there. Burmaster playing it off the net, and Benson will send it over for the Bombers. Rude to Gar. Keys was there, but it'll go out of bounds. Point Tigers.
Yeah, that was a good job by both sides there, but just a powerful hit by the Tigers, and sometimes the hit is just too strong for the other team to make a play, and it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way that one went.
Neeson, the freshman, back to serve. Into the back row. Keys is there. Chasing it down is Olsen. Now Keys. And a little miscommunication on the Bomber side will bring this lead to 12-4, and Coach Giffro wants a timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be back here on WCMP after word from some of our sponsors.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got savings like Doritos and Lay's Mix and Match, buy one, get one half off. Jack Link's Beef Jerky Variety, 2 for $10. Starbucks Pink in Paradise, buy one, get one free. Any Dr. Pepper, 3 for $5. Red Bull 12 ounce, buy 2, get 1 free. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Getting your vehicle repaired after an accident doesn't have to be stressful. Drop your vehicle at Hones Auto Body and they take care of the stress. From the estimate to easily working with your insurance, Hones will take care of minor dents, collision repair, glass replacement, and mechanical services. iCar and ASC certified technicians will get your vehicle fixed right. For a shop you can trust for collisions or everyday repairs, bring your vehicle to Hones Auto Body and Glass Mechanical in Mora, or visit online at honesauto.com. That's HOHNS auto.com.
Welcome back here on WCMP. Adam Hefty here, joined by Ethan Gilman. Rush City up 12-4 over Braham here in this third set. Tigers also won the first and second set. And Clara Neeson will be back to serve for the Tigers. And that'll be sent over. Olsen is there to dig it out. Lennes to Burmaster, trying for that far side. Rush City was there. Now Gar trying for the kill, blocked at the net. Olsen chases it down. Lennes setting it up for Benson. Benson into the back row to Neeson. And a kill opportunity by Stream, but Braham able to get there. Digging it out was Neeson. And Braham will hit it into the net and unable to get it over.
What a play there by the Bombers, keeping that ball alive. But then it just got into the rafters. And when it gets up there, you just never know where it's going to go. They did a good job getting that first hit, but got into the net. And again, that net is sometimes your enemy. Sometimes it's your friend, but there was the Bomber enemy.
The reflexes from these volleyball players is nothing but
ridiculous.
incredible. Burmaster into the back row, trying for the kill. Nice move there by Neeson. Stream was there for a kill. Rude to Gar. Gar to the front row. Diving for it was Lenez, but not able to get there in time. And Rush City with a 14-4 lead.
Yeah, good play there by the Tigers, making that one just get over enough to where it got dropped in front of the diving digger. And it's 10-point lead here for Rush City, but Braham, this is where you need to respond. This is where you got to come up with that big play.
Lenez to Burmaster to the back row, but Ellie Thielander was there. Rude to Stream with a kill.
Yeah, you can't let Stream square ones up like that, and because when she does, well, you see what happens. And between her and Rysdam, if you let them square those up, it's hard to catch up to them, and again, it was there.
Neeson, once again, back to serve. And Keys will let it go, and it hits that sideline.
That is so tough because if it gets a piece of that white line, it's in. And yeah, unfortunately that does go in. And that, you really can't blame Keys there, but I'm sure as a coach, you're at this point of the set, when you're down by this much, you're saying, hey, let's be a little bit more aggressive on getting those.
There's a lot of youth here on this Bomber team. A lot of senior leadership as well, so... but yeah, Coach Giffro is building a program here in Braham, and I would not be surprised if they start making some noise here in the coming years.
It's so fun to see
even this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they've played tough, Rush City, as Bridget Golly's serve will go into the net. They've played tough here tonight. Rush City is just really good.
Yeah, Rush City is.
They're really good at a class above you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're kind of at a disadvantage. Try to steal set number 2, but Braham has done some good things here tonight. Mackenzie Golly was there. Lenez to Burmaster. Too strong.
Oof. Right spot, too much on it.
Back to serve is McKenna Gar, and that'll go into the back row. Benson is there. Mackenzie Golly to Lenez. She'll tap it over. Rude. Setting it up for Thielander. Keys down to get it. Lenez to Burmaster. Off the net, and it'll fall in the middle of the floor. And Braham stays alive. 18-6 is the Rush City lead here in the third set.
That again is one where the net was the friend of the Bombers that time, and Gar knew it, not diving after that one. So Braham uses the net in their favor as they get another point back.
Benson's serve is over. Rude tapping it over herself and got that base or sideline.
Again, don't need to put everything on it all the time, and she didn't that time, knew exactly where to put it, where the defender couldn't reach it. She did just that. That's one thing with the Tigers. If they're not hitting it hard, they're hitting it accurate, and they've got, again, a young team.
Olsen is there. Lenez setting it up for Burmaster. Blocked at the net, but it'll fall on the Rush City side out of bounds.
Well, the Bombers needed that hit. They needed that one to get back into this one. It is a little lopsided here, and it's getting towards the late part of the set, 19-7. But a hit like that from your teammate could certainly give them a spark. They don't seem like they have that spark right now. I think they just need a few more big plays to get that spark back on their side.
Nobody better to have back to serve for the Bombers is Burmaster, but she'll hit it into the net.
The announcer's jinx. I can't believe we did that.
I apologize. 20-7 is the Rush City lead, with Natalie Rude back to serve here in the third set. Her jump serve is over. Down to get it is Benson. Addie White chases it down. Benson will send it over into the back row. Stream was there. Rude setting it up for Thielander. Down to get it is Corey Olsen, but didn't get far enough underneath it. Didn't get there in time, so it will fall to the floor on the Bomber side.
That's a tough one for her because it did hit the net when it came over, so it took it down a little bit more than what it would have been. And again, she was in the right spot. Just, man, so tough. Oh, no.
As that serve by Rude will hit the top of the net and trickle over here on the near side. And that is indefensible.
Yeah.
If you're able to do it on purpose, look out.
Right. Yeah, that's something where there's nothing you can do. It's okay. Let's forget about that one. Move on, because there's absolutely. I haven't seen any team do something about that yet. Nice job.
Rude with the serve, and dug out by Olsen, and Burmaster sends it over herself. found some open space on the back corner and nailed it.
That was a beautiful hit. Again, don't need all the power in the world on those sometimes, just need the right spot, and she did it there.
Rude will chase down the dig, and a kill opportunity from T-Lander. Burmaster was there. Benson to Bridget Golly, and too strong.
Yeah, just didn't get on top of that one enough. Sent it sailing a little bit, but man, this is a tough team that they're playing against in Rush City. And one of the things that Rush City does really well is in the third set or in the what would be final set, they tend to get the strongest, and that's what they're doing right now.
T-Lander's serve is over. Burmaster sets it up for Lily. Lily trying for the kill. Blocked as the net, but it'll fall on the Rush City side.
Just not close enough on that block at the net for Kendra Heinz. She was there, but she just didn't get too close enough to the net to really make an effective block there, unfortunately. So, but for Braham, they get one back.
Olivia Keys will be back to serve. Stream is there, avoids the rafters, and is she able to get it over? She is. Keys is there to dig it out. Burmaster will set it up for Lily. Keys back to Lily, blocked at the net. Keys was there. Keys sends it over. And got it. Was that Burmaster who sent it over?
It was. And just a bad miscommunication there in the back row by the Tigers, and Burmaster's going to get the kill because of it. And now all of a sudden the Bombers have put 2 points in a row together, something they haven't done here in this set. And now this is a situation where you a lot of times see teams start to get back into a set like this.
Stream digs it out,
there we go.
The antenna was Gar. And the score is within 12, 23-11.
Yeah, that's, again, a lot of times you don't need to make a play yourselves, just the mistake on the other side. That's what the Bombers are doing right now. And, hey, any way you can if you're Braham.
And a double hit is going to be called on Sunny Lily, and it is match point here for the Tigers, up 24-11 here in the third set.
And a lot of times teams will think it's over, but Braham, again, 13 seems like a lot, but we've seen Braham. They can certainly pull this off.
Olsen there to dig out the serve. Chasing after it is White, and a kill there by McKenna Gar, and that'll do it. And Rush City will win 3-0, 25-10, 25-23, and 25-11. Rush City will improve to 23-3 on the season. Braham will fall to 12-14. We'll be back to wrap up this one from here in Braham on WCMP after word from some of our sponsors.
Rush City Auto invites you to come on in and check out their full lot of quality used vehicles. They got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto wants to get you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit them online at rushcityauto.com and make sure you like Rush City Auto on Facebook to stay up to date with their inventory. Rush City Auto, quality used vehicles.
rushcityauto.com.
Sean here from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. We care about your comfort and safety. Regularly checking your propane gauge is critical, and when it reaches 30%, it's time to give us a call at 715-689-1032 to request a fill. Reliable service from your local cooperative. Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Ditch the shovel and wheelbarrow. A New Holland mini track loader lets you get more work done with ease. It's narrow by design, so you can easily get in and out of tight spots. Versatility is its calling card. The loader powers a wide range of attachments like augers and trenchers. Big operating capacity puts more jobs on your can-do list, making it perfect for residential construction and landscaping. Take a break from backbreaking work with a reliable mini track loader. See one today at Baraboo Implement in St. Croix Falls and Rice Lake.
And welcome back here on WCMP. Adam Hefty here, joined by Ethan Gilman. Braham falling to Rush City in straight sets, 25-10, 25-23, 25-11. Those first and third sets, yeah, they were a little outmatched, but that second set, they were right there with them. They were leading for the majority of it, but fall to the vaunted Rush City Tigers, who have a great future ahead of them in the postseason, as they were in the state championship last year, and I would imagine one of the favorites to do it again this year.
Yeah, they certainly are. But one of the things that this team, I talked with all these head coaches preseason, and by the way, we work with some of the best coaches and athletic directors in our local listening area, whether it's Princeton, over to Pine City, North Branch, up to East Central Mille Lacs. We deal with great coaches and athletic directors. They always do a great job of talking with us about their teams. One of the things that T. Lander talked about was this team had a little bit of inexperience, and he was kind of waiting to see what this team would do with that inexperience and how they would come out and play this year. And we've seen a little bit of it in sets here and there, but for the most part, they have really took what they had last year and have kind of done the same thing, just continued to be dominant in these sets and where they need to be, and continue to pull away from teams, and that's what they did here tonight. Obviously, that second set, Braham certainly had all momentum and control. It felt, I think we both agreed, it's one where Braham probably should have won it, but again, Rush City just does a really good job staying calm, resilient, and late in sets like that, they do what they need to do to get the win, and they did there.
And we talked about it at the end of that second set, and we hear about it all throughout sports. You're not always going to have your A game. It's about how you react when that happens. They did not play a clean second set. How did they react? Yeah. They finished strong, and they came away with the victory, and that really kind of carried them to a sweep over the Braham Bombers. And both teams, I feel like, they're going to come out of this match tonight. Both teams are going to come out of it better for it. You go to these games, and you see, blowouts. You see games that aren't close, and you're like, what are either of these teams getting from this? And sometimes it's really hard to tell. This was a sweep by Rush City, but it was fairly clear that Braham was maybe a half step behind them for the majority of tonight.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you mentioned it. We see games like this or in other games where it's a little more lopsided than this was, and you think to yourselves, oh, man, the one team is just purely dominant. The other team, oh, man, now they got to think about this one. Well, not the case. I think for Rush City, they realized, hey, set 2 was not clean. We need to find a way to make less mistakes and play a lot more dominant, because I think if you're Rush City, you're looking at this one going, this should have been a lot more lopsided for us. But if you're Braham, you're looking at that second set going, look what we did. We played really well in that second set. Yes, Rush City made their mistakes, but you know what we did? We capitalized off those. We made points for ourselves, and we pulled away for a little bit in that second set. So if we can stick with the best of them, think what we can do postseason. I know they're focused on tomorrow night hosting Ogilvie for the last regular season game, but after that, they're looking at the postseason, and I think they're saying to themselves, we have got a dangerous team come playoff time, and they should be looked at as such because, again, about 500 on the season, I think they might be overlooked by some teams, and that might just be what they need or want, because this is a much better team than what the scoreboard will show here tonight.
Absolutely. And then when you're watching matches like this, or football or basketball, you're thinking the blueprint to an upset, the very first thing that you need is you need a belief that you can come away with a victory. And Braham had that. They came into this. We felt like there was a different energy.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the team on the court. It was the fans in the stands that they were wild in a positive way.
Yep.
But they were in good spirits. There was a different energy, and that's what you need. And they were close for a lot of that first set, close for almost all of that second set. Didn't come away with it, but close the entire way. Third set got away from them, but there's that belief there, and that's very important, especially as you're going into the playoffs. This Rush City team is going to be the best team Braham plays all year.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any way that that's not true. And Braham coming in, going to likely be fourth in Section 5A East. It's kind of a weird number. There's 9 teams in Section 5A East. I'm not sure how the playoff bracket is set up. I would imagine Swanville has a first
Yeah.
round bye. But that would mean Rush City would host, or Braham would host Uppsala in the first round, and they already beat Uppsala here in Braham. So next up, you would face, I believe, Mille Lacs, and then you're a race to the end. Rush City on the other side in Section 7 AA. ESCO is waiting for you at the end.
Yep.
It's ESCO and Rush City. We do have some local teams in that area. Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley, but they're a ways down, and it's ESCO and Rush City at this point towards the end, unless a miracle happens. And we've seen it happen.
Yeah, we have, and that's why the postseason
But
is
it
so
is
fun.
likely ESCO and Rush City towards the end. I believe in Hermantown will probably be there. But, so really, really exciting postseason. We're getting down to the end of the fall season.
It's nuts to think about. We've got 2 days left of the regular season here for fall sports, and then it's nothing but playoffs from there on out. I said it, I think week 1, or week 2 maybe, and I said, I mentioned the playoffs, and I said, we're going to be talking about this way quicker than we all think. And sure enough, we're here in week 8, and it's 3 days long, and it just, day 1 ended right now. So we got day 2 and 3 tomorrow, and then we're all playoffs, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Postseason is a ton of fun. I can't wait to see where our teams wind up playing, who they'll wind up playing, and what times. And of course, we'll keep you up to date. But for Braham, it's going to be a fun postseason run. They're a younger team. They've got some veteran leadership in those seniors, but when you switch coaches, sometimes the culture that a new coach wants to bring in, the mindset, sometimes can take a little bit of time for some of the players to grasp, because it is a new coach and they've dealt with this coach for so many years. So to grasp onto a new mindset, a new culture, it sometimes can be hard. But I think this team is doing a really good job, and you mentioned it before. They're only getting better as the season has gone along, and that's all you can ask for as a coach. I'm sure if we asked, head coach Gifford right now, she'd be saying, this is exactly what I was hoping for by the end of the season, is just for us to be playing better and better and better. And I think, again, they'll maybe talk about it a little bit during the day tomorrow or pregame before the JV starts tomorrow and say, look how good we did set 2. That's what we can do every single set against these good teams. And, they'll probably have a favorable matchup for the first round in the playoffs. Then they'll have probably after that it's going to be tough no matter what. Top 4 are always the better teams. But to get to that state tournament, you're going to have to play the best of the best, and they can do it. They just did it here in set number 2. So I think it's going to be a wild playoffs, and I'm all for it.
So tomorrow I will be right back here for that Braham Ogilvie match. Where will you be tomorrow night?
I will be in Rush City for the Great River Conference Championship game between Rush City and Mille Lacs.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
That should be. I'm hoping it'll be a good one.
If you're listening to me here in Braham, I'm sure Ethan will be sending me updates. I will be doing the same for those of you listening to the Rush City match as well, because I know there's Rush City and Braham are about 12 miles apart. There are families on both sides.
Yes.
So I'm sure you guys love to hate each other and hate to love each other. But it's good. Rivalries are good.
And we've got more Great River Conference action tomorrow. Annie Beckstrom's going to be covering the Pine City Hinckley Finlayson game. That's always a good matchup between those two teams. One of the things that I wanted to comment quickly on the Great River Conference this year, one thing we don't see is a lot of teams playing each other twice this year because of the expansion, which is interesting, and I think it has added a new dynamic to it. So that has been the one part that's been kind of weird to see this year, is that you're not playing these teams twice anymore.
I got to be honest, I'm really happy to see Mora back where they belong.
Yes.
Playing Braham, playing Pine City, playing Hinckley Finlayson. I mean, they played a lot of these teams anyway.
Right.
But being in the same conference.
Yes.
It gives me feelings of the old Rum River.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
it is. It is so fun.
Beautiful Rum River.
Yes, it's so fun to have them back there. They've had a decent year, too. I think they're third right now in the Great River Conference standings. They're about 500 on the year as well. So, man, it's been a fun year. I can't believe we're getting to the end of the regular season. It's crazy.
All right. Well, wrapping things up from here in Braham, the Rush City Tigers defeat the Braham Bombers 3-0, 25-10, 25-23, and 25-11. Thank you to all the sponsors for jumping on board. Without them, this would not be possible. Thank you to all of you listening to us on WCMP or watching us on our YouTube channels. Without you guys, this would not be possible. Thank you to Ethan for joining me out here for some volleyball action. We would love to give you more two-man crews, because we feel like it gives a better a better broadcast environment. But so wrapping things up from here in Braham, Rush City sweeping Braham 3-0 to improve to 23-3 on the season. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night, everybody.
WCMP Sports, local sports action. The play-by-play call. It's good! Interviews with local coaches and athletes.
It's such a small sample size. That's only 4 games into the season.
Community engagement.
I remember the young man who never liked to talk in class, so it's incredible what you became on the radio, and you do an incredible job.
The games, the interviews, the schedules. Find them online at WCMP.